Hello everyone, this is AD with kayxztarot, and I'm going to be doing another pick a card. So this is going to be love centered. What's coming in next for me? I wanted this to be timeless, so yes, this is coming out at the top of November 2020, but you should be able to refer to this video at any time, guys. So thank you. Welcome back to the channel. If you're old, welcome. If you are new, we are so happy to have you here as we grow and expand. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Please do not forget to check out that description box. I am going to be putting personal readings on hold because I am traveling. My grandmother passed away. My dad's mother passed away. And so like at the end of this weekend, I'm going to be traveling and I just want to have time to process that. So I probably won't be responding back to any emails until next week sometime. So if you do decide to shoot me an email, just don't expect any response anytime soon. That's why this video is delayed. I literally posted that poll asking what people want to see. And then later that day, I found out that she had passed. So if you can, just send her positive energy as she starts to transition into the unknown. And yeah, but without all of that, let's get into it. So yes, of course, I have 3 piles in front of me. I already pre-shuffled, guys, because I just wanted to save a little bit of time. So I already pre-shuffled. And so these cards are just going to be detailing like where you are in love right now, where you're headed, what to expect, and hopefully some energies for who's coming in for you. So the first pile is going to be this clear quartz crystal right here. So if this resonates for you, then you're going to pick pile 1. Pile 2 is going to be amethyst. So this is if you are going to pick, so this is if you resonate with pile 2. You're going to pick this amethyst, and pile 3, is this lapis lazuli, I think. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. But it's this one if you're going to pick pile 3. So take a moment to meditate, guys, and then check out the description box or the comment section to pick your pile, and I will see you over there. Okay, so peace. Thank you so much for joining me. Alrighty. So I'm going to move these piles to the side. And we're going to get into pile 1. All right. So this is if you picked pile 1, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We will be answering the question of what is coming up for you in love, guys. This is a timeless reading, so you should be able to refer back to this at any given moment. So I already pre-picked the cards just to save time for shuffling, but I won't be surprised if I end up pulling some qualifiers or something like that. So we're just going to go through the deck. I have these 2 cards, astrology, this 2 astrology decks, so we can look at the energies that'll be coming in towards you. We have romance oracles here, which we'll be pulling, and a time reference, right? Time reference and another oracle card. So we'll see, guys. I tried to make this a little juicy, I tried to make this a little bit fun. So we're going to look to see what we got going on with pile 1, guys. Okay, so let's get into it. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that this reading clarifies, whatever you're seeking to know. All right, so the first card out that we have is the 6 of Swords. The light. Okay, 6 of Swords, the Emperor, the Lovers, the 4 of Swords, the 2 of Wands. In the heart of the reading, we have the 3 of Wands. And then the bottom row that we have is the 10 of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords again. So two piles referring with the 6 of Swords, which is movement. So a lot of you guys could be moving, or there's movement on the horizon for you. And then we have the 3 of Swords here, and then you got an extra card for your last, which is the Mother of Cups. So we're just going to take this as like a little bit of advice. All right, so let's look to see what we got. So we're starting with the 6 of Swords, and it came up twice. So there does seem to be movement here, or definitely a choice. Give me a second to just digest these energies. I I do see for you, Pile One, there probably was some significant person with the Emperor being here. I'm imagining that there was a romance that you probably held on to for a while, but Spirit is really encouraging you to move away from this masculine energy. And again, it doesn't matter your gender. These are just the gender roles, the energies that are being played out. And chances are, you know, if you're the more masculine or the feminine one in your in your connection. So, you know, take it as it resonates. But here I definitely see that there's a masculine that somebody is moving away from and trying to look and see beyond with the Three of Wands here. I do imagine that there is a bit of a choice to kind of go for your own stability. For some of you guys, I feel like what's next for you in your love life, what's coming up for you is you're going to get an opportunity that you've been waiting for, something that you've been waiting for with this Four of Swords here, to build a family. I'm imagining that some of you guys really wanted to get married. Perhaps some of you are older and you've just been, kind of, you know, like that biological clock is getting real, you know, tick, 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 sounding like that crocodile and chasing Captain Hook, you know what I'm saying? So I do feel like some of you guys have felt that time clicking, and it's brought a lot of heartache, but because you've been hanging on to a soulmate, twin flame probably, and I think Spirit is really encouraging you, I mean, with 2 6 of Swords here, to move forward and clear that energy and look for something else. So you're going to be presented with the decision to either stay with what's comfortable or do something new. And in order for you to get something new, Pile One, there is going to have to be an ending of sorts. You are going to have to make a decision. I just feel like you're not going to be able to have your cake and eat it too. But once you make that decision with the 3 of Swords here and kind of let the energy die, let whatever is rest, I do feel like you will be headed into this 10 of Swords. This 10 of Pentacles, which is a steady foundation, a home life, marriage, children, as you can see, a dog, the whole 9 yards, the whole shebang. I do feel like that's coming in for you because at the end of the day, Pile One, you are extremely loving. So some of you guys could definitely have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Please remember that I do subscribe to Vedic astrology, Eastern astrology. It just resonates a lot more. I find it to be more accurate. That is my personal opinion. But so you might not be a water sign, but you would definitely have water in your chart, either water Venus, water Mercury, water Sun. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, getting a strong Piscean and Cancer energy in particular, just because I feel like you've been very patient with this person, this masculine, this Emperor. For those of you who haven't, if you're still here, for those of you who that didn't resonate with, where you're waiting for someone specific, I do imagine that you have really spent a lot of time thinking about what it is that you're looking for in a masculine. And so a lot of you have had to embrace your masculine energy, your masculinity, again, regardless of gender. And you've decided to put energy that you were putting into other people towards yourself. And that's really bringing you to different opportunities with this 2 of Wands here. But I'm Pile One, your biggest thing for what's coming in next for you, you're really going to be faced with the decision to either hold on to something that's familiar with you or go and follow something else. So that's really going to be up to you as far as how you're going to handle this. But I do feel like Spirit is presenting you with an opportunity to do something that you might not have thought you would have done before. And so I guess my advice for you at this point would be to go ahead and kind of take that leap of faith and step out of that comfort zone. I'm being drawn here to the 4 of Swords. So I do feel like there's just been a pause on a love front. And it might not be that you've been alone. It's just that like there hasn't been anything that has ever taken off. There hasn't been anything that has moved past a certain point. And now you're just like, I'm taking this into my own hands. I'm not going to wait for the masculine to make a decision. I'm just going to go and do what I have to do. You know, you got 2 3s here. So you got 6 6 3 3. So 2 6s and 2 3s. So that to me is just all about divinity. 6, 12, 18. Sorry, I was like trying to do math. I was just like, I'm hearing the number 12 too. Just with these repeated numbers, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So 6s are all about balance, harmony, coming into union. It's very Venetian. So you have a very Venetian energy that's coming in towards you in 6s. I'm sorry, that's what I said. Sorry, my bad. But I'm just like, yeah, 6s are Venetian. So they represent balance and just coming together. And then you have 3s here, which represent coming together, but building unity, partnership, collaboration. So I do see that coming in for you, but you have to make the choice to step out of your comfort zone and make that decision for yourself. So that's why I'm like, some of you guys are making the masculine decision by leaving the masculine alone and going to make a choice to go do what you want to do. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I do see that there's definitely an ending here. There's definitely going to be an ending. You're definitely moving away from something. But I would say, pile one, if you're tied to someone and they're not serving you, you can take this reading as a confirmation that it's time to move away and explore other options. But just be very, how do I word it? Just be very aware of the fact that, just be aware of the fact that when you do decide to make that decision to leave, to go pursue yourself, your own foundation, your own stability, then you probably will be greeted with another energy, but you have to be serious and willing to walk away. So that's on you, pile one. So now we're going to look into your oracle cards. So we got soulmate and very soon. What did I say? I was like, very soon you're going to step into another energy once you finally decide to leave this one alone. I mean, this is a confirmation that I don't know what to do. I just feel like there's been a hanger-oner to a certain type of energy that's just not serving you. And Spirit is really challenging you to move forward and move past it. To go get what you actually want. And then as your oracle card, you got imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities in your life. New opportunities and possibilities. I mean, it doesn't get more clear than that. You know, Spirit is really asking you with this 3 of Wands here to just look forward, do not look back. And it's tempting. It is tempting, but a lot of you are making the decision to leave. So I'm pulling the cards as far as like when this next energy is coming in, or like when this finalization happens. So you got Virgo and Sagittarius. So you got 6 weeks to 9 weeks. 6 weeks, 9 weeks, or 6 weeks, 9 months. So within this next 6 to 9, 69, you know, but there is a really positive energy coming in towards the end of this year. So I really feel like you're going to be finishing up a lot of karmic issues with this individual as far as you start moving forward. This emperor, this masculine that I'm picturing, this is going to be an imperative time for you to start moving forward. So really awesome. Harvest the crop and find a new meaning. Sorry, these are the little sayings at the bottom. Okay, and so the reason why I crossed this out, guys, is for it to align with the Vedic placement. So that's why you see my little ghetto, improvements on the cards. But anyways, harvest the crops and find a new meaning. So you actually are going to be able to harvest the fruits of your labors, because I do feel like this energy that you were caught in, because I do see this emperor as probably a soulmate. Whatever lessons that you learn from them, whatever investments that you learn from them, you are going to be able to practice in a really healthy relationship, something that makes some type of sense. So I just feel like this Spirit is just asking you to go move on with, again, the Sagittarius card. So some of you guys could end up meeting somebody from a different culture. So just remain open. As far as the energies that are coming in for you guys, how we can describe this next person, you got Aries, I am, solar eclipse, change. Yeah, some of you guys are definitely moving. The 4th house, roots, Saturn, and Uranus. So a lot of Aquarian energy is what I'm getting. So an Aquarius, you could end up with an Aquarius Aries mix. I do feel like there's just going to be unexpected changes that are coming for you on a home front. For, again, a lot of you guys, you are moving in order to pursue what you want to do. I am who I am, and I'm defining that, and I'm going after exactly what I want, and I'm not taking no for an answer. So a lot of you guys are picking up discipline with Saturn here. There's been, again, a lot of karma that has been played off, particularly if it comes with this soulmate and you felt like this person was a karmic and now you're being called to move away. Again, this is all the confirmation to say that you have learned those lessons and it is time for you to do something else, spark something new, travel, you don't have to be bound to that connection anymore. And the rewards, again, Saturn is a very great planet when it comes to giving back and rewards. So even though you had a very tough time and a difficult time, and it's taken a lot of time, like I said, for some of you guys, this is a later thing where you've invested a lot into a relationship expecting to have children and it didn't end up working out. But as soon as you leave and get into another connection, there's going to be somebody else. And I'm literally specifically hearing Cassie and Diddy. Cassie, you know, was with Diddy's crazy behind for like 10 years and he would not marry her. The moment that she left, she ended up meeting somebody really nice and had a kid very quickly. So sometimes it does defy the odds, right? So I do feel like you paid off that karmic debt. You've released it. And as long as you are choosing to power what you want to do, and I feel like this is a huge change, this fire energy, particularly if you're coming from a water placement, you're finally choosing you, and this is a huge change, and it's going to change your foundation, your root, and happiness. So again, a lot of Cancerian energy here too, but I feel like you're putting that Cancerian, that nurturing energy towards yourself and your own foundation, and because of that, the universe is really going to grant you with some unexpected changes with Uranus here. So this is going to be pretty unpredictable. I feel like if this is describing the person that you're coming into contact with next, this person is very unpredictable, but I think that it's from a healthy place. They're very disciplined, but they don't like being confined by a certain schedule. They don't like having to listen to authority. They have to be doing their own thing, but they find a lot of comfort in their home, but they probably do travel. I feel like this person is going to be kind of a contradiction in that way. But that's just what makes them all the more interesting. And you probably find that you mirror this person, but the energy that is coming in towards you, it is going to feel like home. If you can see here, there is like a partnership here, like a union. So there is going to be like a homecoming, probably to a soulmate, to somebody who is going to be a life partner for you as soon as you're able to exit out of the energies that are currently holding you back. Okay, so that is really what I got for you, pile one. Thank you again so much for tuning into this reading. Please let me know if this resonated. Don't forget to check out the description box below, and yes, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And peace until next time. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, peace. All right, so that we are done with pile one. So now I'm going to clean this up and move to pile two. Put that the junk pile. Okay. Alrighty, so hi, pile two. Welcome back to the channel. If you're old, welcome. If you are new, we are happy as we have you here, as we grow and expand. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is if you picked pile two. What is coming in next for me with love? This is if you picked the amethyst crystal right here, looking very pretty and purple, guys. So I already pre-shuffled just to save a little bit of time for this reading. I'll do a more in-depth reading about love at some point, but I just wanted to get something out there. Yeah, so I wanted to look in, so we're going to look into what energies are going to be coming towards you towards the end of the reading. Like, what energies are you possessing? What energies would this other person possess? We have oracle card here, 2 oracle cards, which we'll pull after we're done with the reading. And we're actually going to look at a time frame, hopefully, but we all know how spirit is with time, so take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so this is if you pick pile two. We're going to be looking into what is coming in next for you for love. And even though this is coming out at the top of November, this is a timeless reading, so you should be able to revert back to it any time. All right. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry. Let's get into it. All right. Woo. So we're starting off here, pile two, with the Strength card, the Queen of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles. Wow, pile two is not playing. All right, we got the Page of Cups, the 3 of Cups in the middle of this reading. I'm hearing Sagittarius. Temperance. I was like, Sagittarius. So maybe some of you guys are Sagittarius or functioning in Sagittarius energy. We have the Mother of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. Excuse me, at the last row. The 10 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. Wow, pile two. So I don't think that you came to play games. I think that you are definitely making decisions to cut things out. You have cut things out, and you set a certain standard for yourself that you want to be treated and spoiled. I feel like a lot of you guys, Pal 2, have very high standards, and I think that this is just a reflection of the self-love care that you've done, that you're not going to just accept anything or anyone into your space, into your body, into your energy field. And so you guys are being very diligent about who you allow into your space, which is absolutely beautiful. And just the strength and courage to move on. I feel like a lot of you guys aren't afraid to walk away. And because you've been focusing on your own security with the 10 of Pentacles, you just have people who are drooling over you. I feel like there are people who want to spoil you. And honestly, you're just like, I deserve to be spoiled. Like, if you're not spoiling me, then like, what are we doing here? And I completely understand that energy. This is I feel like it's such a high vibration. And it's just because things are working out. I feel like you have achieved a level of elevation here. It's so interesting. All of your middle rows have cups. So there's just an emotional security that you have within yourself and an emotional balance that you're no longer, wow, Pal 2, congratulations. I feel like you've moved past validating yourself based on your relationships with other people. You've matured out of that energy. Now you know that you only validate yourself. And I think with this Queen of Swords here, it really is because you've been through the ringer. You've been through the ringer, Pal 2. This has not been an easy journey or conclusion to come here. Some of you guys could have gone through divorce, bad, sloppy separations, just relationships that were very taxing. And all it's done is really made you a very strong person who's able to really take on a lot. And because you've taken on so much, you've put this into practice and being like, listen, if you're not treating me like this, if you're not bowing down to me, if you're not spoiling me, if you're not giving, then I'm not going to put myself in a position to knowingly get my heart broke. No. I feel like Pal 2 is just, the Queen of Swords. The Queen is saying no. The Queen is setting boundaries. And it's just because they've been crossed so many times. So Spirit is about to give you an opportunity with the Three of Cups here to really enjoy the fruits of your labor that you've been able to pull off and what you've learned through these cycles of these relationships. I feel like you do have like a fresh start. I do feel like what's coming in next for you is you're entertaining crushes. I feel like some of you guys are not even trying to get into a relationship right now. You're really just trying to have fun. You're trying to have a good time. You're trying to explore. You're trying to see your options, particularly if you're coming out of a long relationship. I just feel like you are certainly ready to do something out of the ordinary. You're ready to have fun. You're comfortable with your feminine friends. You don't have to be out and about, this dolphin, the imagery of the dolphin here. So just a lot of fun and crushes. So there's going to be a lot of people who come towards you who I feel like are coming at you, not with any like super long-term commitments, but I feel like that's what you want. I feel like you're okay flirting. I feel like you're okay dating. You're not necessarily looking to be married, tomorrow. You're okay with Spirit allowing time to be taken as you start moving forward. So we have this Mother of Pentacles. Again, you've learned how to restrain yourself. So we have two queens, the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. That to me is really telling me that there's a very grounded, stable, and logical energy about how you're entering your love life. And you're okay to explore. Spirit is saying have fun, but at the same time, you're setting realistic expectations for yourself and realistic boundaries for the people that you are encountering. And this is divine feminine energy, because again, you've just come into so much balance. So the 10 of Cups here, there's a lot of happiness, emotional fulfillment. I do feel like finances are going to improve too. If that's something that you've been concerned about, you're just going to be on top of it. You're going to be in a position where you don't feel like you need anyone, but if you want someone, you will go, if you want someone, you can get them, but you're not, again, basing your entire existence off of being validated out of a relationship. And it's just because you understand what freedom means. And you understand what collaboration and working together means with the Three of Pentacles here. So I really do feel like work is going to take a major turn for you. You guys are, Spirit, I know this is a love reading, but I imagine that some of you guys, obviously, you know what? You're here for the love reading because you were just seeing if something was going to come up, you're down for that. But you really have been channeling that energy into a career. You're really not necessarily out here looking for anything specific. If something comes, sure, but you're not trying to tie yourself to it, which is completely spectacular. So I said all that to say, Spirit is letting you know that you're really going to start doing very well in work. You could even find yourself in a promotion, or you could even find yourself, making more money than you expected and kind of being spoiled. But I imagine a lot of you, there's going to be a really great team and you're going to exercise some great leadership. But there's teamwork here that's going to really work out. So if that's something that you've been concerned about work-wise, I do feel like you're going to end up in a very collaborative and balanced place. Yeah, I just feel like you've definitely picked you with this Temperance and this Queen of Swords. You've learned a lot and you're okay exercising that knowledge. You're not going to go backwards. You don't want to have to keep relearning the same lessons. So you've elevated, you've elevated yourself and you've learned, hey, listen, if somebody isn't putting in what I'm putting in, then if that's okay. If somebody's not coming to the table full and offering this, that, and the third, then I don't need it. I don't need to go out of my way. There's nothing that I'm missing in my own energy. And so a lot of you guys are just embracing singleness and the high vibration of singleness. Like, I don't even feel like you're single and whining. You're single and out and about and having fun. And because of this, you've been able to nurture this emotional fulfillment. And I feel like you've done a lot of inner child wound healing. You've cut really deep and dug into those energies and really came out on the other side a better bitch. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. This is such a positive reading about what's coming in for you in love, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your finances are going to be taken care of. If somebody nice comes and approach you, that's going to be great. If not, that's cool too. You're just focused on your own abundance. And I do think because of that, you are going to have people at your feet, pal, too. So you have a really exciting dating life coming in, even the potential of like 3 different offers coming in. And I don't see you taking any of them seriously or not seriously. I just see you going with the flow and letting them show you what they want. And so that's what's coming in for you next. We're looking at the Oracle cards. Oh, wedding. That's so interesting. So this situation involves marriage. So I'm taking this, honestly, I feel like some of you guys I really feel like this is the divorce pile, or this is the exiting a situation, a living situation. I feel like you're exiting that, because the next card that we have is freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So I really feel like some of you guys are coming out of a long committed relationship and you're exploring this freedom, this singleness. That's why I said you're having so much fun with the dolphin energy here. So Spirit is really wanting you, pal, to play, to have fun, to enjoy these next energies that are coming toward you. Don't take anything too seriously. Sagittarius energy out. Jupiter, you're going to be blessed. You're going to be abundant. Your finances are going to look better. Your command at work is going to be better. And you should let this confidence ooze through your pores, because at this point you've earned it. Like I said, the Queen of Swords doesn't earn this queenliness by being nice, by being kind. It's such a hard journey to get to that point. And it seems like you really found your freedom. So cut loose, pile, too, because you absolutely deserve it. So we're looking at a time frame. Oh, wow. You got Friday and determining the circumstances. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is a really soon energy. So within the next week, or even possibly this Friday, you could end up being invited to a social event, a social gathering. So I feel like the next 7 days to 7 weeks here are going to be a lot of fun. But for a lot of you guys, this is coming Friday, this Friday, next Friday, or again, this reading is timeless. So whenever this video finds you, you could end up having a good time. For some of you guys, you could end up going to a wedding and you end up meeting somebody there. So if you're going to a wedding or you've been invited to a wedding and it's soon, you might end up meeting somebody there. But again, I don't think that that's really your concern. I really do feel, Pao, you clicked on this video out of curiosity, but you're not tied to any particular outcome. And Friday, to me, again, Friday represents fun time. 7 represents the ending of karmic cycles. But Friday just represents a good time. It's Friday. So I hope that you find yourself in the positive vibration of all this, okay? So now we're going to look at the energies that you're working with and that are coming towards you, and then we will be done with your reading. All right, so, wow. We have 11th house friends, again, with the 3 of Cups, so that's just a confirmation that it is time for you to go out and have a good time. We have Neptune, sacrifice, so a lot of Piscean energy, and also that can represent illusions and escapes. And then we have the North Node, life's purpose. This is also known as Rahu in Vedic astrology. So, and then we have Taurus and Scorpio. Interesting. And Scorpio flew out when I was shuffling all of these. It was so funny. It came out. So there's a very strong scorpionic energy here. It could be you or somebody that you or the person that you end up attracting. But I feel like whoever it is, whoever you end up encountering next, it is going to be opposites attract. But I think that there's a lot of mystery and a lot of stability within this connection that can come in. So a lot of you guys with Taurus, this Venetian energy, and Scorpio, this Mars energy, you're going to be seeking pleasure in a very serious way. So very second, eighth house energies that are coming in, which deal all with pleasure, sex, intimacy, food, all the sensuality in life. So I feel like you're moving really towards the super sensual, attractive, where people just want to possess you. I feel like you're stepping into this energy and people want to possess you and you're just like, I can't. Neptunian, Piscean energy, very elusive. You have really stepped into this dream state. And I feel like your friends is really your next relationship. Having a good time is really your next relationship. What's happening for you in love with this 11th house here. So a lot of you guys, again, are stepping towards your life purpose. Like I said, you have a lot of focus. You have a lot of drive. This is just reiterating all of the energy that you have as far as building your own abundance and what that means for you. And I feel like a lot of you guys are not going to be stepping down. You're not going to be taking shenanigans at all, and it's because you know where you're headed, you know where you're focused, and you're not going to let anything, particularly a man, darling, or particularly a sorry woman, darling, that is not going to put you in alignment with what you are being called to do. So there's a super elusive energy about you. It's very sexy, it's very magnetizing, and it's just because you know what you want and you're not willing to compromise or accept anything less. And that, again, is where a lot of this freedom is coming from, because you know the tea. So this is really awesome, pile 2. I really grant you, I really hope that you are granted this fun adventure and spending this time with friends and spending this time with flirting and getting to know yourself and not taking relationships so seriously right now just because that's just not where you are. And congratulations on whatever ends up coming for you in work. And also you just overcome a lot in your relationships. So, I mean, these cards don't even begin to really describe how difficult this transition has been for you, but you made it to the other side of it. And so it's time to really celebrate and have a good time. So that is really what I got for you, pile 2. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out the description box below. And peace until next time, darlings. Thank you so much for your support. Okay. Alrighty, and last but not least, we have pile 3. All right, this is if you picked the lapis lazuli. Here's what that stone looks like. So this is if this resonated for you. Thank you so much for joining the channel. This is going to be looking at what is coming in next for me for love. So even though this is coming out at the top of November, it is also a timeless reading. So you should be able to click back and refer to this video at any time. Alrighty. So first we're going to, not first, but we are going to look at the energies that are coming towards you and energies that you're working with. We're going to pull some oracle cards. We have the Romance Angels deck, the Lovers Oracle deck, that we're going to look at. We also have 2 cards for a time frame to see when this connection could come in or when this next phase of your love life is going to start. But you know, time could be funky, so always, you know, keep that in the back of your mind. But we are going to start with the tarot, guys. So before we jump into it, I think I already said that, you know, the description box, all that other stuff. So I was just like, you're the third pile. Sorry. Here we go. All right, we're just going to hop into it. So the first card that we have is the 9 of Swords, the 10 of Wands, the 8 of Cups. Oh, and we got an extra card. So we have the 2 of Cups, okay? So I'm going to put that one off to the side. And the heart, in the middle of the reading, we have the Ace of Swords. The very heart, we have the 9 of Wands. And we have the 10 of Swords here. And then the last row that we have, the Knight of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. No, excuse me, not the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands in this deck. All right, let's look into these energies. So this is probably a heavier pile that I have. Nothing wrong with that, but like, yeah, we're just looking into, I do feel like there's been a lot of ups and downs with a certain connection. You've been waiting to move forward. Sorry, my door just made a weird sound. Me and my dog were like, what was that? Okay, yeah, I do feel like you've been in a cycle that with someone in particular, and you want out, but I feel like Spirit hasn't necessarily presented you with an out yet, and that has been very, very frustrating with the Nine of Swords, Ten of Wands, the Eight of Cups. I feel like it's back and forth. Like, you guys come together, you guys hang out, there's a lot of passion there, and then as soon as you choose to walk away, they come back and try to beg you and back into a connection, and they just refuse to let you go. And I feel like you've been stuck in like this loop, and it could be energetically where like you finally build up enough courage to walk away, and then something ends up happening and triggers all these feelings, and then you're right back in that loop. With this Eight of Cups, I just feel like there's a refusal here for someone to let go of this connection, but because it's so passionate, right? It's hard to stay away with this Ten of Wands. But again, her shirt's torn. There's been a lot of chaos surrounding this. There's been a lot of thorns. There's been a lot of rips. There's been a lot of tears. And it's really been a point of insecurities and uncertainties with this Nine of Swords being the first cards out. But I do see clarity. I do see that there has been clarity. So what's coming in for you is just, you're going to make a decision, I think, to end it. I think you're going to make a decision to end this cycle. This really relates to me to pile one. So if pile one resonated with you at all, I would certainly check it out, because I just see a certain type of clarity that you're carrying, this Ten of Swords. So you have the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords, excuse me. So two tens, two cycles closing out, and just a new beginning. Or chasing after what you want, following your own desires. But the one thing with this next connection is there's a lot of lust here. And that is a huge temptation with the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Wands. There's a lot of lust. And I feel like, excuse me, there's this feeling of you won't experience that level of passion or intimacy again, or you know that it's going to be a long time before it comes around with that Seven of Pentacles. But I do feel like Spirit is calling you to leave this behind and go choose your own adventure. Do something new. This loophole. And it's one of those things too, where I feel like once you separate, you will end up stepping into another commitment with the Two of Cups. It won't be automatically, but there is somebody out there for you. There is a soulmate that you have, and you have to believe that more than anyone else. So if you continue kind of putting yourself in the situation that really isn't working, you're just delaying the process of completion. And that's, that's up to you. We all have free will. You can stay in this loop, but it is a loop. And I feel like you finally know that now. You know what the situation is. This person's very convincing when they come back, but they always convince you when it's time to come back. And because of that, they don't know what it is to be without you. And I feel like you've just gotten to a point where you've grown frustrated, where you're like, this is ridiculous. All I do is try to go back and forth. All I do is just sit and I wait and be patient and wait and wait and wait. And then you go do whatever it is that you're going to do. And then you decide to pop back up. I'm tired of that. I want to do something else. I want a new adventure. I want to end that because it doesn't serve me. It's not doing anything for me. I'm not gaining anything but anxiety. I'm not getting anything but wrinkles from this connection. And I feel like you just are ready to go. I feel like busting loose. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, and it's taken a long time. I do feel like this has taken a long time to reach these conclusions. I'm not sure how long this pattern has gone on. For some of you guys, I'm hearing like 15 years. For some of you, this has been a really long time as far as just understanding what this connection was for. And it's been tricky because the passion has been there, and this person is really convincing to get you to come back. But Spirit is saying, listen, it's time for you to really put a pin in it and move forward. The Ten of Swords to the Page of Wands. Choose something different. Do something else. There's a new adventure out there. You're not tied to this person, And I feel like a lot of you are frustrated just because maybe you thought that you were going to break away from this person, and then COVID ended up hitting, and then you ended up being tied with this person even longer than you thought. Maybe you were already planning to leave, and so you took that as a delay. Delay is not denial, especially when Saturn gets involved. Delay is not denial. So even if your plans have changed or they've taken a little bit longer than you thought with the Seven of Pentacles here, because there is a slowness there, Spirit is saying do not take those things as a sign of you should stay. It's more just like a sign of learning how to be patient. You're still going to go. You're still going to move forward. It's just taking a lot of more time than you originally thought. And for others of you, I'm hearing in a weird way, the reason why you've kept on to this connection is because something new hasn't presented itself yet. And so you've just kind of gotten into, again, this lull of feeling like, oh my gosh, this is the only thing. This is the only type of relationship I'll have. And it's just taking a really long time for another soulmate to introduce itself. But, even that, it is time for you to walk away. If this new person presents itself, then walk away. Yeah, I just feel like I'm trying to look at it from all the different angles, but I just feel like there's such an energy here of just being such a slow process, just because there's so many insecurities that you had to fight through. This person triggered you on so many levels that it's been a long time in order for you to finally take this new beginning. But you're ready to take this new beginning, and you're willing to wait to an extent for this new connection that has the potential to come in. I do see that you will end up in some sort of relationship, some sort of commitment. I just don't think that it's going to be tomorrow, simply because there might be more insecurities that have to be worked through, with the Nine of Swords being the first card out. There's just a lot of fears here, fears of commitment, fears of abandonment, whichever one resonates, both, right? And this past relationship has triggered all of those. So even if you were to get into another relationship, you would still have to work through these fears that you've kind of built up for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is a very patient process. But as far as what's coming in next for you, I just feel like it's just breaking out of this specific cycle that has been keeping you down. This is very, I'm looking. And it could be for some of you guys, if this was a marriage or something, or you have children, you're just redirecting that energy that you were focusing on dating, and you're putting it into your kids with the Seven of Pentacles here, and letting that flourish and letting that grow. A lot of you guys are just, it's been painful. It's been painful, but you're realizing that there is something on the other side. Spirit has other opportunities, and you're really learning how to trust that process. And because of that, I really do feel like in due time, I don't want to sit over here and act, and say otherwise, but in due time, you will be united with someone who makes some type of sense, but you have to really get out of this connection that you're in now and start moving forward. And for some of you guys, even after this reading, I'm not saying you listen to this reading and then you call him up and you're like, I'm never talking to you again, and then you never talk to him again. No, I mean, there's going to be a lot of back and forth still. I don't feel like those ties are truly cut, but it would really behoove you to start trying to cut those ties and start seeing yourself without this person, and start proving and loving yourself to the extent that won't allow this back and forth to continue to control who you are, what you've been bringing to the table. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't have to happen tomorrow. This is going to be a process, but start trying to weave yourself out of this connection. Start trying to pull yourself away. Just because there's something better for you on the other side, for sure. So we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetism here, and that's exactly what I was saying. Like, there's a strong magnetism here. So this isn't easy. This is not easy. And this person, again, is very, very convincing every time you try to leave. But look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. This is exactly what I said about the insecurities, about things that are just, there's habits here that need to be broken in order for you to accept real love into your life. And that is really what's next for you, Pile 3. You really have to look inside yourself, dig inside that wound, so you can understand yourself and why you stay in situations that don't serve you past that time. Why is it that you always go back? Is it really the fear of being alone? Is it really just being comfortable? Is it because, what wounds is this truly triggering? What things from childhood is this bringing up? And that only comes from sitting and reflecting and being honest with yourself. And this, again, it's not overnight. So I know that this might not be the reading that you thought, because it's not like a concrete, oh, this is going to happen and this is going to happen. But I really feel like this is a positive energy as far as just closing out some cycles and starting to work through that, because there is something on the other side, and that's something that you have to be very confident in, and that comes from self-love, self-confidence, and faith, really faith in God, faith that there's something else other than this. Just because you know this to be comfortable doesn't mean that it's healthy, and that's all Spirit is asking you to do and challenge you. But yeah, Spirit really wants you to move forward. You know, you got the Ten of Swords to the Ace of Swords, and be confident in your answer to move forward. Be confident in your choice to move forward and past this. So yeah, so that's really what I got. That's really what I got for you. So we're going to pull the cards for timing. So wow, so you have You Decide Yourself, and 5 days, 5 weeks, and 6 days, 6 weeks. So this energy can be kind of soon. It's kind of what I'm hearing. So this energy can really pick up. So 5 days to 5 weeks, 6 days to 6 weeks, where there's going to be an opportunity where you're really going to start thinking about what this person is bringing. Because I just feel like there's going to be something brought to light very soon after watching this reading that is really going to put it to perspective that this person really has had no intention of following through on whatever it is that they say to you when you're about to walk away. You're clear that that's not how that's going to play out. And so you're willing to wait for something better to come along, because I just feel like this person, they're not, I wouldn't say that they're a liar per se, but there's someone who's really unrealistic with the timing of everything. They're just not in a space to actually leave the situation that they're in. So they're really looking at it they're naive. It's really from a place of naivete and also fear. But that has nothing to do with you. That's all I can keep saying. Like, that has nothing to do with you. So when you get this clarity, when you get this insight, when you get this sign from the universe to move on, move on. move on. Wow. So the energies that we have coming towards you, this could be the energies of the next person or just energies that you're dealing with. We have Saturn, truth. I mean, truth, honesty, that really is what's coming in for you. Jupiter, abundance. We have South Node, also known as K2 in Vedic astrology. And keep in mind, I do subscribe to Vedic astrology. So, yeah, my placements might be different from your placements, if that makes sense. And then we have Pluto and Sagittarius. So we have Scorpio energy, and then we have, again, Jupiter. So there's a lot of here as far as just knowledge, wisdom, learning. I feel like some of you guys, this was karmic with this K2 here. This was karmic. And so you've had to learn your lesson, Saturn, K2. Wow. There's been a really deep lesson with this person. This was definitely a karmic partner, someone who you would probably say is a twin flame or a soulmate. You were meant to come into this connection because, again, it has triggered you on all cylinders about what it is that you want and what it is that you expect from your connections, and where your faith lies. Does it lie in people, or does it lie in spirit itself? And if spirit is giving you the go ahead to go do something else because you have earned that love from yourself, then that is the Saturn K2 lesson that you've been able to learn from all of this. So the other energy is just like hard work coming through. So I'm also hearing that there's a lot of hard work. So maybe this person, it might not be another individual that they've been, quote, cheating on you with, or there was a third party situation with, but this person could have just, their focus is just so much on work. But you are going to have a lot of abundance coming in after you accept this lesson. Once you can walk away from this, then you're going to see everything that the Lord has to offer you, everything that spirit has to offer you in its abundance. So right now you're looking at this connection in lack, like, oh my gosh, if I don't take him back, then I'll never have anybody. That's lack. You're like, no, I can walk away from this relationship and get anybody I want. I will get somebody who's deserving. That is abundance. And so you have to switch your mindset, pile 3, in order to really manifest what you want. But you're going to get some serious clarity that's really going to change some things with Pluto here. This is all about change, scorpionic transformation. I also see Pluto's very cold because it's far. So this relationship could turn very cold. You could turn very cold. There's just a cold, hard truth that's coming out that is really going to change your perspective, Sagittarius, and what you end up believing and how you decide to move forward. But this is great. This is awesome if you're on board for change, if you're on board for getting out of your comfort zone. if you're okay with death in a sense, endings. So I really highly recommend that if you have some extra time, I would definitely check out pile 1, because that leads more into like the next love connection that's coming in for you. But if you can master letting go and being free and moving on, then I really feel like your love life is going to significantly improve. But also take your time with it, because you're dealing with such deep childhood wounds, such deep childhood traumas. So this is not going to be an overnight thing, but you have to look and see how this person has triggered you and how you can take these lessons to better yourself and manifest the love that you truly want if you've learned those lessons with this South node here with this K2 card. So this is a really deep energy. This is a really deep reading. Yeah, like I said, if I had to sum it up for you, what's coming in for you next with love is truth, honesty, clarity, and from there, freedom. And so you should be able to make whatever decision that you need as you start moving forward in your next romantic connections. But this time is really for you and getting out of the connection that you find yourself in right now, because it's just not serving you anymore. And that's okay. It's a defense mechanism, and that's okay. So that is what I got for you. That is what I got for you, pile 3. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. Eventually, I'm going to get back on Instagram, but I'm traveling again. Everything has been so crazy, but I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to drop me a comment. And yeah, peace until next time. Bye, guys.